Hi, this is Laveena Pinto here with you and welcome back to my channel Queen Bee Zone. Today we are going to talk about corporate life, but a different aspect in corporate life. Now the topic is what to do when you lose your job. Now being out of work can happen in four instances. One, if you are resigning your job. Second, you are terminated. Third, redundancy due to whatever reasons. Fourth would be retirement. Now when it comes to retirement, then you know you have worked all this while and you know at certain age you have to retire, so which is still not a bad thing. But if you're resigning, even then it's not an issue because you have prepared for it and you are resigning. Now if you're resigning because of certain issues in the company, then these points will still help you. But if you are losing your job because of redundancy or termination for any reason, then I think it becomes little challenging. Now I'm going to share some tips that I have come across, not in my case because touchwood till now I've not been terminated, nor there was redundancy. I have resigned on my own and I have joined another companies and left on my own actually. So this is based on my other colleagues' experiences, some other people whom I met across, and based on that I thought of making a video on this based on the latest conversations that I've been hearing from so many people when I was looking out for a job process and everything. So that's when I came across this topic and I thought I should do a topic on this one. So here we go, let's get started. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, and would love your support on this contents, what I am doing. Whatever you feel, you are free to comment, and if I need to improve, I will surely improve. And let's get into the topic now. Being out of work in terms of redundancy or due to the termination, there are few things which you need to understand based on the place where you live. Now for example, if you are living in places like Canada or outer other places, European countries, some part of the European countries, I understand that there are certain benefits which you are eligible for. But at the same time, if you are in the place like UAE where I live, it can be a little bit challenging. Now if you are redundancy because of the company situation, then there are chances that there are certain benefits you can be eligible for. For example, a visa that is very important for you to live in this country. They will extend the visa for certain time so that you can get an option to search a job. But at the same time, if you lose your job because of termination due to some issues or whatever, because of the whatever indifferences that you have or whatever you're facing challenges, then it can be a little complicated. But now the whole thing is that the market is also getting saturated and it is little difficult to get jobs. So it is always good, that's when I keep telling every time, it's always good to build a side hustle when you're working, because you have time, you will learn things, you can start up as soon as you do not have a job. So having considering these points, I am going to start with the rest of the contents which will be surely helpful, and I hope you will like this. Losing a job or being terminated, in both the situations, it is first thing what you need to do is accept it. Now the thing is that it becomes very difficult for you to believe that you have been terminated or you have been asked to leave the job for whatever reasons, so in this situation all you need to do is be calm, try to be calm. It's very difficult to tell, and it's difficult to follow at that point of time. But what are the other things that you can either stress out and you either do a stupid thing which can cause more trouble to you. Rather than that, accept it. First of all, always we need to remember that we are working for a company, and it's not necessary that company will keep you for the rest of their life or till the company is running. You can be asked to leave anytime. The company can change its policies, company would want to do the redundancy in terms of considering the cost saving. So there are a lot of reasons. So do not get attached with the company and do not tell yourself that this is the only company I want to work with. No, there are going to be changes over the time. One example we had in recent was the pandemic situation. In pandemic situations, many people lost their jobs, many people had salary cuts. So first of all, learn to accept things and prepare yourself for the worst, because when you know that you're going to be working for a company, anything can happen any point of time. So always learn to accept things, accept it, and think about how to move about it. It's not that you're going to leave this job and you're not going to get another job, right? You never got this job just because you did some magic or something like that. You must have worked for it to get that job. Okay, recommendations do work. So recommendations, you can again still start with that again. So now first thing what you need to do is accept. Okay, you are not going to work there anymore. Fine. okay, we can do something about it. You will move ahead on that. Do not get burnt because just because you do not get depressed, do not stress yourself, or do not do any such thing which can trigger the worst, and it can cause more troubles to you. So first point, accept it. The second point is share it with your immediate family member or friends. Now, this topic, this point, why did I put intentionally was that recently, not recently, just like a few years back, when one of my ex-colleague resigned, for some reason he never wanted to tell it to his family members because he felt that family would get panic, or there would be a lot of issues that would come up because of this news, like because he was not earning by himself, but there was support for him, but somewhere he felt very uncomfortable to tell this because it was unbelievable that he was terminated for some reasons. Now, I know these instances can be very difficult. I know family members cannot understand most of the time. Family members will think that you have done something wrong. This is also true, and it is really crazy. It can get crazy. But then you need to know that, you need to take help from who can help you, not somebody who cannot help you. Like, for example, if that person comes and tells me things, I can only talk in words, which will, convince him for some moment or something like that, can give that little bit of positivity. But ultimately, you're going to stay in a house, right, where you are going to be with your family members. Like for me, whenever there were some issues in my life or work life or whether it's personal life, first person I think of is my husband. It doesn't matter how he thinks about me, whether he thinks right about me or wrong or whatever, doesn't matter. But I need to tell him. At least, when I tell him, I feel better. Second thing is that most of the time, never he is told that, he just tell me that like it's fine or something like that, and he's always supported me. So talking to a family member can help you much more than what others can do, especially outsiders can do. Outsiders can boost your positivity, boost you with some motivational things and all that, but ultimately who is going to support you is your immediate family member. It can be your wife, it can be your husband, it can be your kids, it can be your parents, anybody. So first go and talk to them, share your opinions, share your views, share your point, things, whatever you have to share, so that they understand at least one-sided in a right way. If you have done wrong also, it's okay. What is going to change? As long as you have not killed somebody, you have not done such big criminal offense or something like that. But you must be having your words to say whatever it is, right? And be honest when you're sharing it with your immediate family members. Third point is work on your financials. Now, if you lose your job because of redundancy or termination in any cases, if you are terminated, then you might not get the plus benefits as per the contractual terms or whatever you have. But if you are losing it because of redundancy, there are chances that you will get some benefits, additional benefits from the company. Now, in case if you're terminated or redundant, in any case, you have to sit. It's not that you're terminated and you look back into your financials. I would think that when you're working only, you plan your financials ahead. What are your targets, what you want to achieve, and everything. Now, if you are having a loan when you lose, first talk to your bank, tell them that you have the situation, see how they can help you out. Second, check your bank balance, what can be done, how much savings you need to have, and at least you need to suffice for the next few months, how you can work around having a credit card. Think of using the credit card in a proper way. Do not make sure that all your expenses, your commitments are written in one such page, so that you have a clear picture how you can manage and survive. So work on your financials and plan a bit very carefully. Next one is connect with their networks. Now, this is one of the key thing I talk almost in all the topics, whether it is my side hustle journey, whether it is your hobby, whether it is your job or anything. One important thing that I have learned and experienced is building your contacts, building your network. Now the thing is that whether you're working in a company, whether you want to start a side hustle, believe me, you need these people who can support you. It might not be that they are your ultimate customers or something like that, but at least you are going to get some help from them. Like as I told in one of the videos, when I left my job, I was not looking for a job, but whenever there were job offers in the market, whenever my colleagues or my friends came across, they would always recommend me. They would talk about me and they would come and tell me that there is such an offer, you try apply for it or something like that. So you don't know who is going to help you in which way. Even the current job where I'm working was come through a recommendation, because it was one of the far a friend whom I barely met, like I think once or twice in some of the events, that person had given my resume or recommended me. So basically, building a network is very important. As I said, having a cordial relationship with the people whom you feel you have worked with, or you are having a rapport all the time, or talking to them each and every time, be it on social media, be it off social media, be it on your company level or anywhere, maintaining a hi hello kind of relationship at least still works. And at this point, when you lose your job, when you're terminated or redundant or looking for another job, believe me, your network comes into more use than anything else. Job search these days is complicated, but having a reference can work out much easier. So build your network while you're working, have a rapport with them, be connected with people. Just hi hello, how are you? That's also good enough for time being right now, so these days people are available all over on social media and everything, so it's easy to get connected. So build your network, work towards it. If you have lost your job due to the redundancy or termination, then it's time for you to search for another job. If you have resigned for some reason, then if you have to search, it's the same for you. But if you have resigned because you have another job, then you're very smart enough. But in case you have lost, now it's the time to update your resume, update your social profile, update your contacts and everything that you need to do. Sharpen your skills, sharpen your qualities, find out your strengths, work on your strengths. If you have weaknesses which needs to work, you need to work on that. If you have to learn something, start learning. So do everything that's needed. It's the right time and it's the most needed one. So update your resume, circulate it, and start applying for jobs. That's the best thing that you can do at this situation. Instead of crying over the things that happen which you cannot change right now, you have to look forward for things what are in your hands. Applying for jobs is in your hand, updating your resume is in your hand, learning skills is in your hand. So take that step and go ahead. Don't stop worrying, what happened, I should not have done that, or I should have done this, or I should have spoken like this. There are a lot of things that you could have done which you did not do at some point of time because you were not in that state to do there, but you are in a state now to sit calmly, think, make a resume which is very attractive, which will have all your potentials and which will get you another job. So start working on that. Don't shy away from asking help. You are in a situation where you need people around you who can motivate you, support you, who can bring that positivity. I know we can get this through online, through apps and everything. Of course, that is there. But you know what? Human beings are there to help for human beings. You can talk to people so that people respond to you. Okay, keep away the negative people. If somebody is trying to point fingers at you should have done this, you should have done that, stay away from them. You don't need to talk to them. But there are people who can really help you out. Spread words saying that you're looking for a job, you want a job, you're okay to take any job. If prepare yourself, what kind of jobs you want, what jobs are there in the market, how you can start growing, and how can you start applying. Talk to people and people will show you some way. It might not be that everybody is going to help you, but there will be 1 or 2% who will help you. Talk to people who you think can help you out more than people who you think that can put you down, because there are some people who are not going to do anything for you, but they will promise you, not necessarily that they don't want to do it for you, but they are also in a situation where they cannot help you. And not most of the time that intentionally people hurt you, just ignore at some point of time, so it is right time where you need to start talking to people and not shy away from asking things, because remember, when you ask you get. So that's the thing. And here comes my last point, which is there in almost all my videos, I'm sure, is learning new skills and building a side hustle. Now, this is one point which I keep telling every time, and I'm sure I've told in this video also before. You need to start your side hustle when you're working, so that if you need to learn. This is from my experience I'm talking about. I never did this in my 20 years, 16, 17 years career actually, because I never thought that it was important and no one was there to guide me, and I've not seen somebody like me who spoke about it. It's when I left my corporate job, the last job in 2019, that's when I woke up from my deep sleep. And I don't regret that I did not start it ahead, because there is nothing like you should have started it in 20s or 30s or 40s or something. In 20s and 30s and 40s, I'm not 40 yet, okay? So I've been doing a lot of things, so I've been enjoying whatever I've done. As I said, every time that I enjoy everything I do. You also need to enjoy, and believe me, learning new skills is not only keeping you updated yourself, you're going to be with the trends. You know, these days social media is developing so much, there are so many things changing. You have to keep yourself updated, so learning new skills will lead you there. Second thing is that having side hustle will always benefit you, especially when you're in such a situation where you have lost a job because of termination or redundancy. When you lose your job, if you have a side hustle working side by side, you can start with it immediately. You do not have to wait till you get another job. You can start doing it and start continuing with it. In side hustles, there are a lot of jobs that you can do. I will make another video which is with detail what kind of jobs that you can start with. You have to find out your strengths and work on those strengths. For example, if you think you're good at writing, you can start with content writing. If you're good at if you've worked in HR, you are good in sharing your tips on the resumes based on your experiences. So there are a lot of ways where you can start your journey with to build a side hustle. Try to start when you're working, so that you do not have to invest your 24 hours to do a side hustle. It starts with 1 hour, 30 minutes, whatever, weekend, 2 hours or something like that. So I tell everybody, start doing it when you are working. You will have money, you will have time, you will have support, and everything will be there which will help you prep yourself when you're not having a job. This is one of the most important thing which I really want to scream out and tell everybody, because I don't want people to go through what some people have gone through in their past. Even retirement for that matter, I see my colleagues who are retired and they really don't know what to do. So this is quite sad story that no one has educated us, and I really wish people would have educated, our HR should have educated or something like that. We dedicate our time thinking that 9 to 5 is everything and we give our life for that, and we don't know beyond that. We do not know how to upscale ourselves, what things we can do, what we can learn and everything. So this is one of the strong tip which I tell everybody, and I hope people learn from me at least for these things. And yeah, this is one very important thing. So be it any situation, whether it is resignation, termination, redundancy or retirement, you are in one situation, that is you do not have job. If you are financially set, you are okay, out of major problems. But if you are into financial crunches, you have financial things which you need to look after, you have family to take care of, then yeah, you're in a bad situation. But doesn't matter, you don't have to give up. You have to follow these few things, understand everything, and it's fine, it's going to be fine. Today I did have a guest appearance. Actually, my little cat Brownie was there in the throughout of the video, and because he's used my place to actually sit. But the topic here is that having a job, not having a job, it just happens. Like, you're losing a job, it just happens sometimes. It's not necessary that everything goes as per what we wish, but being prepared for it, accepting it, and following these points what I've told you should help you out. So I hope you like this video, and I would like to know your comments, your views on these things. If there is something that I can add, maybe I can try to add it on my next video. I hope you like this, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. This is Laveena signing off. Thank you so much.